Will Smith's best friend, Brother Bilal, is exposing everything that Will forced Bryshere Gray to do. And allegedly, Will and Diddy are the reason Bryshere Gray turned into a gay adult entertainer. Yes, you heard that right. Bryshere Gray, star of Empire, is now working as an adult entertainer, selling videos of himself sleeping with men.
Out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera's penis, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his butt. Jada responded to the first global interview that I did with you.
That was a global interview.
Yes, it went all over the world.
It was in Arabic, I saw it.
Yeah, it's India, everywhere. I talked for 2 hours.
Okay.
And I said some pretty, what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to show that it was true. That's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that, I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out. Now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar. Kenneth B. Hurt, because he said, I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is Will's real name, but he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in law overreaching. You cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada.
Okay.
Right? So I already knew that I had him legally. So I said, okay, I got y'all. Now, once that happened, there was another interview, of course, when she came outside and reiterated that she was suing, right? And there was another interview with TMZ just after that where one of the cameramen asked Jada, hey, Jada, have you seen Will with any men before? And her answer was no. So now that's a lie too, because I put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera's penis, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his butt. After that, they reached out to me through many people, one being Charles Austin, aka Charlie Mack, the federal informant. He reached out to me through a friend. From my understanding, allegedly, it was Will and Charlie.
Right now, Bilal is engaged in a legal battle with Jada. Last year, around the same time that Diddy was being arrested, Bilal came out and told everyone that Diddy and Will were connected, and he was going to release footage that shows that Will is secretly gay. Bilal isn't just Will's best friend. He was also his former assistant, and he said he saw things involving Will and another man, Dwayne Martin. He described walking in on the two of them in an intimate moment.
And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, well, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. And I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch and Will was bent over on the couch and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder. There was murder in there.
Jada immediately started telling everyone that this is a lie, and Will also denied the allegations. This was the first time that Will had spoken out about Diddy, and you could tell that Will was worried.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That's not funny. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff. But that one, it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Will was putting out statements, but Jada was actually issuing threats and going on interviews telling everyone that they were going to sue Bilal. Now, there's a reason why Will never threatened to sue Bilal, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But first, you need to understand that despite threatening Bilal with cease and desist letters and telling everyone that Will was going to sue him, none of that ever happened. So why did Jada and Will never sue Bilal? Well, that's because if they actually took this case to court, they would have to prove that Bilal was lying. And here's the thing. Bilal isn't just bringing gossip to the table, and he has more than just a story of Will Smith acting gay. This is where Bryshere Gray walks into the story. You see, Bilal isn't the type of person you can just threaten and walk away from. Bilal waited for almost a year for Jada's lawsuit to drop, and when he realized that Jada wasn't going to do anything, he decided to take the matter into his own hands. He started exposing even more of Will's stories. Allegedly, Will had hired Bilal to take care of Bryshere Gray and had left him in charge. While Bilal was with Bryshere, he found out something that no one expected.
He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on, right? So I'm like, I pull him to the side, right? And I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, Will me. Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. And I'm like, listen. So I grabbed my hug and I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come. Is this true? Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved. Let me get to the paperwork. So at this point, I'm crying because I feel his pain. Like I can kind of tell when somebody phony and all, but it was the pain where the snot was coming out his nose. His nose was bleeding. He in the corner screaming, balled up, right? Like I could feel his pain, like he had been raped, like he had been forced to do something. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, well, listen, let me find out what's going on. He said, don't say nothing. Right? So I'm like, just relax. I said, everything gonna be okay, And he was like, no, they're gonna get me if I say something. They're gonna get me if I, like he's.
And here's the thing. It wasn't just Bryshere saying that it happened. Will actually confided in Bilal and confessed that Bryshere was telling the truth. According to Will, the way it happened was that they had actually been involved in a consensual sexual relationship. But at one point, Bryshere had asked Will to stop, but Will ignored him and took advantage of him. Will knew that this was wrong, and now he was worried.
Is this guy crazy or what's happening? So I end up telling Charlie Mack, and he said, I'm on my way out there. And then he said, hold on, Will wants to talk to you. So I said, okay, no problem. So now he said Will wanted to talk to him once Charlie Mack got out there. So he wouldn't talk to me when I was on my phone. So whenever I talked to Will about sensitive topics, Charlie would meet up with me call Will, whatever number he called, then put me on the phone on Charlie's phone, not from my phone, right? So Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right? So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he finished, completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person say stop, that means stop. Period. So I do believe that Will Smith sexually assaulted Bryshere Gray.
I was not expecting any of this.
I know you.
The rumors of Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with who was it with?
Diddy.
I know, right? Hold on. So apparently Will's assistant, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy because the same guy tried to interview on my platform and I said no, but he claims he saw Will Smith with Dwayne Martin.
Oh yeah.
I know. I know nothing about this. This is crazy.
I mean, well, you should interview Tisha
Campbell, who was married to Dwayne Smith. That'd be an interesting interview.
Wouldn't it?
It would. You know her?
I do.
All right. Let's make some phone calls.
I don't know. But I mean, and then there's, what would be said and what wouldn't be said. But, I heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will.
Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh. I heard some rumors about Will and Jada, which I won't mention because I'll get sued. But I heard some rumors.
What made all of this even worse for Will was probably the fact that he had actually announced publicly a few months before this that he was going to personally mentor Bryshere. Believe it or not, but this is the exact same thing that Diddy did with Justin. Diddy announced that he was going to mentor him and then abused him. Hollywood has a serious problem with mentors taking advantage of young actors.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like I'm listening from the greatest.
And just like Justin's parents, Bryshere's parents also knew exactly what was happening behind the scenes. They knew what Will was doing to their son, and that he was actually inviting Diddy to take advantage of him too. Bryshere's mom knew, but she ignored it. Jaguar Wright claims that she talked to Bryshere's mom about all of this, but she didn't care as long as she was making money.
Here's Mom. I'ma kick you in your pussy and then I'ma go to work North Philly style, bitch. Fuck you. And Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. Fuck you! You fucking CI bitch! I'm sorry. That bitch came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the fuck away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago safe to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore.
We're seeing the Justin Bieber thing play out all over again. If you look at the time when Bilal claims Will was abusing Bryshere, you can see that Bilal was actually facing a ton of legal issues and was getting arrested left and right. Justin did the same thing, and he now says that he was doing those things just to get attention.
We're trying to figure out the situation. You need to help us verify what you're telling us.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Up first tonight, we're following breaking news in the arrest of Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic...
Anyways, after Will realized that Bilal might expose him for abusing Bryshere, he told Bilal to sign an NDA. At this point, Bilal knew that if he didn't sign an NDA and kept quiet about the abuse, he could get involved in a criminal case as an accessory, so both Bilal and Bryshere signed mutual NDAs. Bilal has documents to prove everything he's saying.
That I was leaving. And he started telling everybody on set what was going on, that I knew that Will and Diddy allegedly raped him. Okay, so now I got to get my lawyers involved. Now we come to paperwork, right? So I let him know that I was going to sue him. That's number one. Sue Yaz. Because two things happened. Number one, the money he was supposed to pay, he didn't pay me, because Will was going responsible for the bulk payment. Then he was going around telling people I knew about these sexual assaults against him, you know? And so what happened with that was the lawyers got involved. Then Charlie and Will arranged a lawyer for Bryshere. So they was telling me, like, look, B, let this thing go. So I'm not letting nothing go. And this is to Will and Charlie allegedly telling them that I need an NDA from this dude. Because this dude, whatever y'all got me involved in, is something dangerous and filthy and diabolical. So they was like, well, we can't do that. So we'll pay you to sign an NDA with him. And I'm like, I don't want your filthy money. I want this guy to stop saying that I know that you and Diddy did something to him. Allegedly. So then they came back. My lawyer said, listen, this is the best that I think can happen that will protect you. They will allow a mutual NDA where Bryshere won't say anything about you, nor can you say anything about Bryshere.
But you're talking now.
Right.
Now, as it turns out, Bryshere actually did speak out about Bilal, and Bilal decided that he just wasn't going to let anyone involve him in their mess. Jada was going around telling people that Bilal was a liar, and she was going to sue him. But at the same time, she wasn't doing anything because she knew she didn't have a case. Tired from all this, Bilal just sued Jada. Bilal filed a $3 million complaint on Monday, December 1st. Alleging that Jada had confronted him in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas Commons in September 2021 and threatened him by stating that if he continued telling her personal business, he would end 2021, and threaten him by stating that if he continued telling her personal business, he would end up missing or catch a bullet.